In this video, we are going to discuss about the superposition theorem. So, superposition theorem. So, this superposition theorem, it states that when there are more than one sources connected to the circuit, that is when we have two or more sources connected to the circuit, the voltage or current across any individual element is found by adding up the sum of responses of the elements when the individual sources are considered alone. It means that when we have two sources and we want to find out what is the current through a particular resistor due to these sources, what we have to do is we have to consider one source at a time and find out what is the current in that resistor due to that source, then add up both the responses. So that is superposition theorem. So in case of AC circuits, we know that AC circuits, it operates at different frequencies. We have a term called omega. So depending upon the value of omega, the value of voltage source, it varies. Now when we are considering superposition theorem, so this theorem applies when we have more than one source connected in the circuit. Let us say we have one voltage source and one current source connected in a circuit. So here we have two sources connected in the circuit. So to apply superposition theorem, what we will be doing is we will be considering the voltage source alone first and find out what is the current in a particular branch. Then we will consider the current source alone and find out what is the current in the particular branch. Then add up the two responses, that is response due to the voltage source alone and response due to the current source alone. Suppose these two sources are operating at different frequencies, that is they have a different value of omega, then in phasor domain we cannot add that directly. That is superposition theorem is at the end we will be adding up the responses of individual sources, right? So if one source operates at one frequency, that is 1 omega, and another source operates at another frequency, then we cannot directly add these two sources in phasor domain, right? So what we have to do is we have to add these responses in time domain, right? So we'll be finding out the response in phasor domain, convert it back into time domain and have that response. Similarly find out for the other source also, then add up these two responses in the time domain. Only in the time domain we can see what is the particular frequency. In phasor domain it is considered that the frequency is constant, right? So we cannot add it directly in the frequency domain. Now let us discuss a problem related to superposition theorem. So this is problem statement. Use the superposition theorem to find I0 in the circuit. Now this is the circuit. Now before moving into the analysis of superposition theorem, we have to see whether the circuit is in time domain or frequency domain. Here the given circuit, it is in frequency domain. You can see that all the elements are represented as impedances here. So it is represented in frequency domain. So next we can move on to the analysis of superposition theorem. So what we have to do is we have to find out what is this current I0, right? So here we can see that you have two sources. There is a current source 5 amperes and there is a voltage source 20 angle 90 degree volts, right? So superposition theorem is we will be considering this voltage source alone and find out what is the current I0, and then we will be considering the current source alone and find out what is I0. Then we will be adding up both the responses. Now so the solution is, let us consider this I0 is equal to I0 dash plus I0 double dash. Now this I0 dash is the current due to voltage source alone. So this is the first point. When we consider only the voltage source, the current source is being removed. So what we have to do the current source? We have to open circuit this current source. If suppose we have, if we are going to consider current source alone, we have to neglect this voltage source. In that case, we will be shorting this voltage source. So in superposition theorem, voltage sources will be short circuited and current sources will be open circuited, and then we will be analyzing that particular circuit. Now this I naught dash is the current due to this voltage source alone. It means we have current source removed here. Okay, and then I naught double dash is the current passing through this branch because of this current source alone, and this voltage source will be short circuited. So first we will be finding out what is I naught dash. Okay, so let us redraw this circuit. So I naught dash is the current due to voltage source alone. So we will be considering this voltage source and open circuit this current source. The circuit will become like this. Convert this voltage source value, which is in polar form, into rectangular form, and this is the circuit considering only the voltage source. So to find out this current I naught dash, we have to find out what is the total impedance first, right? So how can we find the total impedance? Look at the circuit. Here we have an 8 ohm resistor connected in series with the inductor, which has a value of impedance J10 ohms. So these two are in series. So let us add up this together, which will give 8 plus J10 ohms. Now this equivalent of this, that is 8 plus J10, is actually in parallel with minus J2 ohms with this capacitor alone. So find out that. So we are just considering this part has an equivalent impedance of Z. So that is what is found out here. 8 plus J10 parallel with minus J2 ohms. So the equivalent is considered as Z. Now this Z minus J2 ohms here and this 4 ohms here, all these are in series. So everything added up together will give you the total value of Z. So how can we find I naught dash? So I naught dash is found out using Ohm's law. Ohm's law is I naught dash is found out using Ohm's law, which is V by total impedance Z total, right? So 4 ohms minus J2 plus Z, everything is in series, so everything added up together will give you the total impedance, and the voltage is J20. So find out the value of current I naught dash. Now this is the current due to the voltage source alone. Next we have to find out what is I naught double dash. So this can be found out by short circuiting the voltage source and considering only the current source. So look at this circuit, we considered only the current source, the voltage source is short circuited, and we have to find out the value of I naught double dash here, right? So the circuit is considered here has 3 meshes. So this is mesh 1 with current I1, this is mesh 2 with current I2, and this is mesh 3 with current I3. So apply mesh analysis and write the equations here for mesh 1, 2 and 3. So mesh 3, it has a value of current source 5 here. So I3 will be equal to 5. So now substitute the value of I3 in these equations, and you will be having 2 equations. So simplify these 2 equations to find out the value of current I2, because I naught is equal to minus I2. Look at this direction of current I naught and I2. These are opposite in direction. So once we find the mesh current I2, I naught can be found out as minus of I2. So this is I naught dash, right? Now total current I naught will be equal to I naught dash plus I naught double dash, right? So both added up together will give you the value of I naught. So this is how we analyze the superposition theorem.